since it's the first race of the season, I feel like I've been in press release, like I've been inundated with all the F1 press releases, with all their announcements, so much so that at the end of the show we're going to run through some of the like news really speedy, because so many announcements in the last 48 hours. But what I thought was one of the big ones was we got the announcement of a new fan thing that F1 is giving us called F1 Unlocked. And the idea, and I'll read exactly how they're describing the program on their website, which is unseen, unheard, F1 Unlocked. Dive into exclusive content from F1 experts, redeem epic rewards, and enter money can't buy competitions. The general premise here is you sign up for free, which is shocking, and
my
you
first
get
piece was how much is it?
right. It's absolutely like, F1 doesn't do free, and they're trying to give more exclusive behind the scenes access to fans. They admit that what we have right now with F1 Unlocked is phase 1 of whatever they're planning on rolling out. So we have very early days information here, but they're putting additional website content up, including like the big headline. The first F1 Unlocked article is a Usain Bolt written article about Lewis Hamilton. You're getting a discount, again, for free, to the merch stores, and trust me, I will take any merch discount they will give me, because it's not cheap. They've moved their live timing behind this program, so you do need to have an account with F1. Again, a free account, but you still need an account with F1 to see their live timing. And then they put out their first competition, which is, or like awards drawing, which is actually a trip to, like an all-paid trip to the Australian GP. And like they're only giving that away once, but that's still, that's not a small drawing they're doing, basically. They did say that part of this that they'll be unlocking soon is on-track exclusive prizes and virtual fan experiences. So my overall first take was, I'm not used to F1 doing anything around the fan community. I'm actually very used to F1 doing the exact opposite, being so exclusive that they're almost like pushing their fans away, and that's why I think most of us spend a lot of time with online communities, because we have built our own F1 communities. But I am hopeful if the things that are unlocking soon do come, and that this is, I like that F1 is moving in this direction, and I hope they stay true to that course. What are your initial thoughts now that I break that down and give you my point of view?
So, I mean, after figuring out that I did not have to give them more of my money, I was like, cool, sign me up. Mm-hmm. As of right now, I mean, there's not a lot in there. So first, I feel like they announced it kind of maybe too early before they had more content there, or it just felt, as F1 does things, slightly incomplete and just not fully ready to launch. But that's okay. I love that it's an attempt to create a community space, because as you were saying, a lot of people had to go elsewhere to find that. I think obviously launching an online application or an online domain, and just how this is being marketed and the design of it to a younger fan base, because this is not for the grandpas that have been watching F1 forever who want more additional content off track and want to log into F1 Unlocked.
That's a good point. We're the ones who want additional content, and there's an age cutoff to understanding that they would want online fan communities.
Right. Yeah. Like there's a certain population of F1 who is not, they don't need a community of people to be talking about race pace with. And a lot of people have built fan bases around themselves that either people near them don't know. So I feel like this is a great way to grow that in particularly. So I think it, hopefully, at least right now, it also seems like a great space where they can be collecting actual data and input from fans, and it doesn't just feel like we're like screaming into the void on Twitter anymore of like, why isn't F1 doing XYZ thing? So hopefully I feel excited to see what they do with it. I'm hoping to get more additional content from like drivers that we don't get to see a lot. Like we most recently on the F1 YouTube got Valtteri's like media day and like everything. Like I want one of those for every single driver. I don't just need the historically, loved ones or the really, really fast ones. I would love an inside look of just like a day of what is Nick DeVries doing? And now he's like in an actual car and like, what does that look like? Or just like the bonus things that probably wouldn't be mainstream enough. And it's for the crazy type of fans. They're like, give us more. I need more content from F1. So I'm hoping they just utilize that correctly and it doesn't just become this empty void of like a collection of emails that F1 has.
Yeah, you hit on two really important points. So to your point about there has been a real ramp up of YouTube content over the last week during preseason testing that we're not used to, including that amazing behind the scenes video with Valtteri on his media day shoot. And I became very hopeful that F1 is starting to create content like this themselves, because I think the teams have done it to some extent, and I think the drivers who get it are starting to do it because they understand that people want that type of content. And Drive to Survive won't be here forever. So I really feel like this is a attempt at giving Drive to Survive level access, specifically talking about the ramp up in YouTube, just coming from F1. Because they need to start to learn how to make that content for themselves. To your point about like an endless pit of emails, and you said something really smart in the middle of all of that as well, which is that they're collecting data. So to anyone feeling skeptical about this, or you're feeling maybe like you are like, oh, well, I'm not going to sign up because I'm not really going to get a lot out of it right now. Especially if you are young and a woman, I beg you to please sign up, because the data they are pulling from F1 Unlocked is what they're going to use to define who their audience is. And we know we exist. And just signing up and saying, hi, I am female, I am woman, I have breasts, and I love F1 will do wonders for making it unavoidable and something unignorable. Like we exist. So sign up, make sure your friends sign up. Even like at best we just get a couple extra articles and you get to sign up to maybe go to Australia. Like there's no negative. The only negative is if we don't sign up and we're not telling F1 we exist. Unfortunately, we're still in the stage where we need to prove we exist. So please do it.
We can hear Parker barking in the background. He also agrees. He's like, please let my mom stop screaming into the void for the things that she wants. I'm a dog. I cannot do anything about them. So F1 listen about the content that she wants. Yeah, so it's very important for us to join, because when they pull that data, they cannot be like, oh no, it shows that look at all these females, I guess, or like if it wasn't, they're like, wow, everyone says it's females, but they're not signing up. So we'll continue to make content that's not for them. We need to be able to like take advantage of this and undeniably be like, hello, look at us, give us more of these things. Or so I will continue to fill out any survey that they send, or just like, what are things that you want to see? Oh, would you like a list? Because I have it all the time. Always I'm thinking about what content that F1 should be making. So I'm hopeful. They haven't done anything. I'll be intrigued to see what they do, if they do anything this weekend for Bahrain, because that kind of feels like stupid if they were to announce this like additional fan domain community and then do nothing race one. So TBD of what that looks like. But I wanted to give a big thank you to VoiceOver Man and our four-legged producers. Make sure you are turning on auto downloads and that you rate and review the pod after listening. You have no idea how much this helps us out. Lights Out is this weekend. So, hey, Apple Podcast listeners, help us out with our goal of getting 5 reviews by Bahrain, which is this weekend. So please let us know what you like, what you love, what you'd love to see us try out and maybe do. If you have a segment idea, we'd absolutely love to hear it. Follow us on every single social media platform. Maybe you prefer one over the other. Doesn't matter. We are at Gridwalk Show everywhere, offering you some daily grid walks. And we'll be back every Thursday, and we hope you join us. Today was like an entire grid race and not a grid walk.